Mistress Claressa Shields and Broke Five Broke Pap really leaked that cease and desist today from April, only to pop out looking like a Tamu Remy. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Claressa Shields, surprise, surprise, aka Pap's mistress, aka Pap's entanglement, aka Pap's pick me, aka Pap's side chick, or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. Copy and paste Claressa Shields is back, so throughout this video, I'll be swapping out between two sets of photos, one of Claressa copying one of Remy's signature looks, which is wearing the lace jumpsuits and all of the things. The only difference this go around is Claressa had a black two-piece, lace, outfit that she wore today at the press conference, and also as well the red hair, the two-tone red hair with the red and black that Remy Ma has famously worn on Love and Hip Hop on other occasions. And I feel Claressa was trying to incorporate pigtails because she did the slick back pony the one time, but I feel like this time it was a little bit more deliberate, whereas Remy Ma has had two big bun pigtails, and then she's had, of course, the pigtails showcasing her hair recently that I am going to be going back and forth in this particular video. I did watch the press conference. It was a nothing burger. I feel like there was more information that I'm going to talk about in a separate video of some of the sound bites that happened that was a little bit interesting. But before we get into that, we got to get into Pap and Claressa arriving and Claressa grabbing Pap's arm for dear life, you guys.
Hey, Voters in the building.
Yes, I am. Won't leave. Yeah, we are here at the press conference.
So once again, Claressa grabs his arm. Once again, Pap has chosen to wear even thicker shades today. So you really can't see his facial expressions or lack thereof and all of the things. Then there's one more thing I got to get into before we get into the copy and pasting of Remy once again, and that is Claressa and Pap, you know what I'm saying, trying to play spar or whatever you want to call it, and we're just going to take a watch and listen.
Oh, face off. See you right. I look, you gonna come
You see how quickly Pap got out of the frame once they got the shots that they were looking for, once they got the pictures and the video that they were looking for. You see how quickly he's going to go look for somebody else. You see how quickly Pap is really ready to go and get somebody else up in there for the lights, camera, and action of it all. Now, a couple of things I want to say about the press conference before I get into copy and paste Claressa. And it was, like I said earlier in the video, it was a nothing burger. It was a nothing burger. Claressa is desperately trying to hype up K. Scott. She is desperately trying to make K. Scott happen. She now is trying to claim that it is not a big deal to her that K. Scott has only had 7 professional fights. And Claressa is trying to allege that there are amateur fighters that have more experience as pro fighters that are better opponents and are better equipped for this type of stage than the professional fighters that have, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40 fights under their belt. Claressa, if you are trying to convince the people of that, like, I have a bridge to sell you. I have a bridge to sell you. Claressa knows daggone well Kay Scott is not the opponent y'all are trying to hype her up to be. It is night and day. And now the new narrative is that Claressa was training for 12 weeks. She wanted to make that known today, that she did training for 12 weeks for Kay Scott as opposed to her normal 6. So you did 12 weeks of training for an opponent that you're supposed to be. No. I still believe that Lauren Price was on the table and something went awry last minute. And I'm going to stick to that, right? Unless they're saving her for December, all signs pointed to her being the next opponent after, you know what I'm saying, what unfortunately happened with Shadesha Green, you guys. Then it was interesting, you guys, as well, because Claressa is really trying to make it seem as though she barely makes any money. And I found this very interesting, you guys. Claressa now is barely making any money as a female boxer. This is a far cry from the person who was Gucci head to toe. You know what I'm saying? Spending $100,000 at the Louis V store. You know what I'm saying? Wearing $200,000 worth of jewelry. Like, this is a far cry from the new money Claressa Shields, or has the money ran out, has the money dried up. So she is claiming, so she was listing the female fighters because she is trying to rewrite history about these belts, about her, about her record, and is saying that Ring Magazine owes her some belts and all of the things, you guys. And ultimately, she is claiming that the ladies that wanted to fight her, demanded too much money. And that's why those fights haven't happened. And she and she also is alleging that when ladies are requesting $500,000, $700,000, or $1 million to fight Claressa Shields, that even Claressa Shields herself is barely making that. No. Didn't you just say on Cam Newton you made $3 million for a fight? I cannot. The lies. But like I said, Punch Drunk Boxing had exposed that, she made anywhere between like $900,000, $1.3 million from that boxing commission for Michigan back in February, right? Then Claressa is claiming that, there's nobody else for her to fight in heavyweight, so that is why she has moved Dion, but people told her to do that a long time ago. She, like I said, referred to Pap as the love of her life and basically is grateful to him. They referred to Pap as an executive. And I saw Ruben was trying to do damage control with the city of Atlanta and saying that they were nice to them and they showed great hospitality and they took care of them and all the things. And I have a bridge to sell you because Claressa is doing everything to undo all of those things. Claressa holds Pap responsible for the $8 million deal. The alleged $8 million deal, right? That she feels that is where she landed. She feels that makes her the highest paid in women's boxing, but that's not how that goes. That is not how that goes. A projected amount that you release to all the media and a $3 million signing bonus, and you saying in previous press conference that there's so many fights and so many albums you have to put out to get the full $8 million, it's not an $8 million contract. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But anyways, I want to get into the meat and potatoes of this video because ultimately it's like copy and paste strikes again. Claressa and Pap, you know what I'm saying? How many times do y'all just study all things Remy Ma and just try to replicate everything? Like, it gets to a point. It absolutely gets to a point. But like I said at the beginning of the video, immediately when I saw the lace, I immediately thought of Remy Ma. I was like, this is all Remy Ma down to a T. You know what I'm saying? This is how Remy Ma moves. This is how Remy Ma, she's worn lace jumpsuits on several occasions and everything else with the see-through accents and all the things. So not only did Claressa copy that, but she's copying the red hair. Mind you, she just did a live stream the other day where she said she couldn't do red hair. She didn't like the appearance of red hair, but all of a sudden, red hair for her is going to happen. Did Pap convince you of that? Because I found it interesting when you were asked at the press conference today on how you're going to beat K. Scott and you were about to say something, and Pap told you to be quiet and to say no. And then you pivoted your answer. So Pap definitely can tell Claressa to shut up about Remy Ma. And I believe after that particular question today that Pap encourages the hate against Remy Ma and gaslights Claressa Shields into all of the social media activity that she does, specifically targeted at Remy Ma. There is nothing more that I needed of confirmation than today. But yeah, the lace jumpsuit, even though Claressa has on a two-piece, it is very much Remy Ma inspired. You can't tell me anything different. It is definitely Remy Ma inspired, you guys. And then, like I said, as well as it, pertains to the red hair and all the things, Claressa wants to claim that she's done everything first, that she's the trendsetter, that everybody's copying her, that everybody's doing it like her, and all this and all that. And that's just simply not true. That is just flat out not true, you guys. I believe firmly that Claressa has looked at all Remy Ma's stuff. She's probably got all her stuff saved. I've noticed recently that Remy Ma's been cleaning up her Instagram account and has probably been archiving a lot of her posts. And it's clear that, but even with her doing that, you could still Google image Remy Ma stuff or whatever else and Google certain looks and certain things, and it's going to pop up for you. But I'm here to tell you, Remy Ma, Claressa already downloaded all of your looks already. She already has it. It's already in the mood board. It is already, you know what I'm saying, on an iPod somewhere, on an iPad somewhere. It is somewhere to where it's like, okay, what Remy look are we going to recreate today? What red carpet event did Remy Ma wear this at? Okay, I want that. Oh, she wore this hairstyle, okay, at this event. Okay, I'm going to try to switch it up a little bit so you don't know that I'm being blatantly obvious with the two-tone red hair and the pigtail buns and all of this and all of that, because she's done the pigtail buns before, but not how I have it, where the back half of my hair is out. No. And then Remy doing the pigtails without the bun as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it was coming. And it's just like, I just wish Claressa developed her own style, developed her own identity, instead of just latching on to whichever black woman she wants to bite things off of and then try to pass it off and present it as though it was her original thought, her original idea. And that just simply isn't true, you guys. But I feel like Remy needs to get a restraining order. I do not understand. It's bad enough that you pretended to be this lady's friend, was plotting on her husband, has been popping out with her husband for the past couple of years. Then you look like her in every single facet of life. You try to copy every single thing that she does, head to toe. You want your makeup like Remy. You want your jewelry like Remy. You want your hair, the bust down wigs like Remy, the braids like Remy, all of the things like Remy. You want to talk like Remy. You want the fur coats like Remy. You want the fur boots like Remy. You want the thigh-high boots like Remy. Like it gets to a point. Saying Remy sayings like, are you dumb? All this, all that. Trying to sound like you have a New York accent. Like it gets to a point. It gets to a point, right? Even the bandwagoning of being a Knicks fan was even embarrassing. Like what are we doing, right? Except for neither one of y'all were anywhere to be found at any of the NBA Finals games for the New York Knicks, nor were neither one of y'all to be found on the Knicks championship floats for the Knicks championship parade. But I'm supposed to believe that Pap, you're this diehard. You were nowhere to be found. But you would have been all up in the camera, all up in the footage if you and Remy were still an active married couple and was with her on that float with Fat Joe trying to, sneak in a bar or two with a microphone, like the clout chaser that you are. But ultimately, I believe that is all that I have for this video. You guys can look for yourself and let me know in the comments if you believe once again that Claressa is copying and pasting previous Remy looks with the lace as well as the hair, as the red hair that Claressa just claimed the other day that she couldn't pull off, that she couldn't do. No. So there's that. That is it. That is all, you guys, for this video. Let me know. Please do me the biggest favor. Hype the video. Hype the video, please. Hype the video like you never hyped a video before in your life. There's that. That is it. That is all. It's todos es final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.